Hey YouTube world, what's going on? Mark here from TST Industries, back in the garage with another installation video. Today we will be having Bart show you how to install our TST Industries Undertail hardware kit for the third generation 2021 and up Honda Grom. Now as you can see behind me, we do have them already pre-installed on the bike, and it really does bring a lot of attention to the rear, but more importantly they're functional. If you own this bike, you know that these pre-installed plastic caps are pushed into the fairings and they are a little too easy to pop out. So easy, in fact, sometimes during riding or working on your bike, they fall out, you lose them, then you're stuck with a hole that just doesn't look right. Our TST kit will include a locking mechanism while also introducing a color accent of your choice. On this bike we have red. There are different color options available. For more information, be sure to stop by the product page. The link is in the description. Visit our website, tstindustries.com. But for now, let's go ahead and cut to Bart, where he will show you the teardown process.
For our step one, we're going to begin on the table in front of us here. I'm going to empty the kit contents and separate them into two groups. We have 4 of each component. Let's do this. Let's make right side and left side specific groups. I will show you guys how to install on the bike on one side, and the other side's just going to be a repetition of the same steps. In front of me, I have the entire stack up. This is the outer plastic washer, outer cosmetic aluminum washer, screw. That's all from the outside. And the interior component is our nut piece. So what we need to do is first pre-thread this barrel. These are thermoplastic components. We use a thermoplastic specific self-threading screw on them. So to make the actual installation on the bike easy, we're going to pre-thread them. We've chosen a Torx head screw. This is basically the limitation of what's available on the market. If you notice, the rest of our components, the rest of our cosmetic washer components, they use an Allen or hex key for fastening. This was just the screw that was available without us having to contact the screw company and make specific screws for our purpose. That would be a little nutty. So a T20 Torx will be the best tool to use, but if you don't have Torx bits and you happen to have SAE sized hex keys, there is a hex key that is just a direct fit, and you can make use of that. If you're in a bind, you can also use a flathead screwdriver. If you have a tiny enough flathead screwdriver, it will drive this part. I'm going to make use of my SAE tool. Take the self-threading screw, align it with the barrel with the protruding part, and simply pre-make those threads in there. That will enable us to easily thread this in when it's on the bike. All right, now these things pre-done, we're going to jump on over to the bike and remove the OEM caps from the undertail area. If your bike is brand new, it's likely that these are still there. One of the reasons for replacement, one of the reasons why we produce a replacement is because most people lose these anyway. So if those aren't present on your bike, you're one step ahead. Let's go ahead and take the seat off the bike. Now we'll have to gain access to the internal side between the frame and this undertail. And I'm using a small flathead screwdriver to just pop these guys out. It's fairly simple. If you pry against the frame and against these ratcheting clips on the caps, it just comes right out. I'm going to be making use of a piece of cardboard jammed in between the frame and the undertail here. On the back position here, we probably won't need the cardboard because there's not enough space in there, and our barrel is going to rest right against the frame and be kept for us. On the frontmost position, I'm probably going to have it bent in half here for a double layer, and this will apply pressure for our barrel to stay against the undertail. All right, so I've grabbed a single stack that will cover one hole. I'm going to separate it into external and internal components. The internal component obviously is this barrel we've been talking about. The protruding boss will go in under the undertail and protrude outward, while the flat face will face the inside. For the holding method, we'll be using either a needle nose plier or a 17mm open-ended wrench. I will drop my barrel into position here. And then I will lock it in place with my cardboard. Just need to make sure that it's sitting concentric here. Our external round washer has accepting features for all these bosses that will lock together. And this will keep it concentric, like so. Now we can bring the fastener and the aluminum washer into frame and start engaging those threads that we previously formed. When the outer and inner washer component are interlocked, they do not rotate about each other. So by holding the outside, you are actually preventing rotation on the inside. This will enable you to bottom the screw out. And now we can use our 17mm wrench or our needle nose plier. I'm gonna opt for the 17mm here because I have clearance, and just give this a little bit of a tighten. Now you are threading a self-threading screw into a thermoplastic boss. You do not want to over tighten that. You just need enough friction so that it holds itself in place, and that will preload it with a little bit of tension and prevent screw removal due to vibration. If you can't move this by hand, if you can't rotate it by hand anymore, then that position is complete, and we're going to move over to the next one. In the back section here, like I mentioned before, we do have quite a bit less room between the frame and the undertail. So we can't fit our cardboard in there, but we'll flex this out of the way, flex the undertail out of the way, and bring our inner barrel into position like that. And now it's self-kept. So it's just a matter of repeating the steps we just did over there, making sure that we mate the geometry well. Bring the rest of these components into position. Now in the back here, like I mentioned before, we do not have that much room for that 17mm open-ended, so I'm going to hold it with my plier, give it a tiny little bit of tighten, and now this side is complete. I'm going to hop on over to the other side, perform the same installation. This is just the same steps, but on the other side of the bike, so I'm going to skip that. This is essentially done.
And there it is. From beginning to end, you just saw the installation process of this kit, and as you can see, it really does bring some nice color and attention to the rear of your bike, but more importantly, the security and knowing that this kit will not fall out and get lost like the stock pieces do. So for more information, be sure to stop by our website, tstindustries.com. The link is in the description of this video, where you can see this product and all the other products you may want or need for your 3rd generation Grom or any other motorcycle you may have in your garage. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to stay up to date with all the new and exciting videos we're putting out. And lastly, stop by our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all username TST Industries. Leave your comments, questions, and concerns in the field below. We'd love to hear from you. But for now, this has been Mark from TST Industries. We'll catch you guys next time.